Today is your review for your chapter test in measurement. And to follow along with this lesson, please go to page 527. Go to 527, and that way you'll be able to follow along and complete the lesson with me. Now, the first page, page 527, we are looking at a vocabulary review. We've been talking about a lot of different vocabulary when we've been comparing height, we've been comparing length, we've been comparing capacity. So let's take a look at some of the vocabulary that we've used in this chapter. Now, direction number 1 says to circle the tent that is taller. Circle the tent that is taller. I better go grab my pen, huh? Circle the tent that is taller. So I want you to look at these two tents and see the one that is taller. And it's actually telling you that's the word taller right above it. So you can circle the tent that is taller and put an X on the tent that is shorter. And that's the word shorter right there. Now we just compared height. All right. Which one's taller? Which one's shorter? We're comparing height. We're telling which one's taller and which one's shorter as we compare. All right, so let's look at the coolers. All right, take a look at the coolers. There's 2 there. Now, circle the cooler that holds more. And it says right here, holds more. So I'll circle the cooler that holds more, put an X on the cooler that holds less. And that's exactly what that says, holds less. So you'll put an X. Now, we just compared capacity, how much something can hold. All right, one will hold more, one will hold less. Sometimes they'll be the same, but not in this picture. So we compared capacity. All right, now let's compare weight. Now I know that you've gone to the doctor before and they'll say, step up on the scale so we'll see how much you weigh. That's what we're talking about. We're comparing the weight of something, how heavy it is, or how light it is. It says circle the bag that is heavier. So we got 2 duffel bags down here, and this one says heavier. We'll circle it up. This one is the heavier one, and then this one is the lighter. We're comparing weight. One is heavier, the other is lighter. All right. When you are done with page 527, go ahead and turn to page 528. Turn the page where you see a couple of silly snakes at the top. Now we're going to compare the objects. All right. We're going to compare the 2 snakes. And the directions say we're going to put an X on the object that is shorter this time. All right. The directions changed a little bit. It says to put an X on the object that is shorter. So we're doing the shorter one first. We have been doing the one that's longer first. So you always have to listen for those directions. So put an X on the one that's shorter. This guy, he is shorter. And then circle the object that is longer. And we're talking about the snakes are the objects that we're talking about. And we will circle him because he is longer and he is shorter. So what did we just compare? We compared length. We compared length, how long something is. All right, let's jump down to example number 2, where we see the cow and the milk. And for number 2, it says put an X on the object that is heavier. Put an X on the object that is heavier. Well, yep, a cow will definitely be heavier than a carton of milk. You can't lift a cow, but you can definitely lift a carton of milk. And then circle the object that is lighter. So we'll circle that milk. We just compared weight. Again, we compared weight, how heavy or how light something is. We compared weight. Now, let's go to our next example where we see the 2 teapots. You see the 2 teapots. It says, draw an X on the object that holds more. That holds more. Well, the bigger teapot will hold more, right? So we'll give that one an X. And circle the object that holds less. Circle the object that holds less. So we will give that one a circle. So what we just compared there, that was capacity. We compared capacity, how much something can hold. One will hold more and one will hold less. All right, well, when you're done with page 528, go ahead and turn the page again, or look at the page beside it, in your case, to page 529. Okay, so number 4 says, look at the bowl and draw a bowl that holds more next to it. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw a bigger bowl, something that would hold more. So if you were putting cereal into this bowl, I want you to draw a bowl that would hold more. So let me try and see what I can do here. My bowl drawing may not be that great. So that's my bowl that holds more. If you ate cereal from this bowl, you would definitely be full after breakfast because this bowl would hold more. The next one says, number 5, it says to look at the tent and draw a shorter tent next to it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just drawing a triangle because that front of that tent looks like a triangle, and I will draw one that is shorter. Nobody very tall is going to be able to sleep inside that tent because it is shorter, and this one is taller, right? This one's taller. This one is shorter. You are to draw one that is shorter than that one. All right, when you are all done with page 529, go ahead and turn it to page 530. To page 530. Now, this one says to draw one long object. To draw one long object. Well, I think the easiest one to do when we're doing this is to draw a snake. So draw a snake that is long. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And then it says below it, you're supposed to draw one that is shorter. So here's my snake that is long. I'll give him a... Does he look more like a snake now that he has a forked tongue? Now you're supposed to draw one that's shorter than the one that you drew before. So it's not going to be as long. It's going to be shorter than the one that you drew before. So there's my shorter snake. All right. Draw one that's long and then draw below it one that is shorter. All right. So the next one says that we're going to draw an object that is tall. All right. So I think I'll draw a person. It's not a very detailed person. I'm just drawing a stick person. So here's one that's tall. And then it says to draw a shorter object beside it. A shorter object beside it. So maybe a grown-up and a kid, maybe. So that grown-up would be taller and the kid would be shorter. So you're supposed to draw something taller and then something shorter. All right, I'd like for you to turn this in so that I know that you completed the review. There is no other homework except for if you need to go back to the measurement room and take another look at it before your test tomorrow, you could do that in yesterday's assignments.